Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, we have the High Priestess. Hidden things will be revealed, as they say. We're coming up to the All Hallows, or the Samhain as we know it. So yeah, I mean, definitely a time where some hidden stuff could be revealed for sure. It will be interesting to see how this hits. Now, this week, I really want you to pay attention to your psychic hunches, your gut instincts, all of your, or what I like to affectionately call my spidey senses. Right? This is a week to really pay attention to them. This was also a week for you to pay attention to your dreams. Whenever the High Priestess shows up for you, she'll communicate to you in ways or places that you aren't necessarily that aren't the hard and fast ways, right? She doesn't speak directly to you. She communicates through the impressionable and the imaginable. So please, this week, pay attention to your dreams, right? Because you could be getting messages, information and or downloads. And then finally, remember as well, the High Priestess, I mean, on the card, it reads darkness into darkness, the key to all mysteries. She's got a little scroll underneath her on this card. And what I kind of find with this energy is it does tend to show something that's about to be revealed. I've had this show up for me in personal readings, and then things are revealed. And so what I will say is, whatever you thought was done, it's not quite done just yet. All right, so before we get into that, I do have a quick announcement. You probably will have seen the 2022 trailers for the 2022 videos. I have put my absolute heart and soul into these. Each one of them is at least 90 minutes long. They are like, there's a lot in them, trust me. Astrology, numerology, lunations, eclipses, like I've talked about pretty much everything that I could squeeze into them. I've been doing these now for about 5 years. I think this is going to be the 5th year that I'm doing them. So I have decided to charge this year. I apologize to those of you that I'm disappointing by doing that, but I have made them very affordable and accessible to everybody. If you want to get one, it is $4.99. So the cost of a cup of coffee basically. For 3, so if you want to get your sun, moon and ascendant, it is $12.97. And for those of you that would like to get all of them, you can get all 12 as a bundle for $24.99. So as you can see, they're fully downloadable, so you can watch them time and time again, or you can leave them on the platform and check in month by month, as I know a lot of people do. So for those of you that do purchase those, I just want to say a massive thank you so much for supporting me and my work in this way. It really does mean a lot, and like I said, I've put a lot into these. I really did. So I truly hope they serve you well. And for all of you, whether you do or don't purchase, I really hope you have an amazing 2022. With that said, let's get into it. For your actions and options this week, you have the Son of Pentacles, which is actually the the Knight of Pentacles. So this week, whatever you're setting into motion, this actually tells me that you have a plan, right? So Leos have a plan, and this week you are absolutely, it's almost like you're working behind the scenes. You're working behind the scenes on something else or something new that you know is going to take you a while to get together, right? And remember, the Knight of Pentacles, it gives its fruits over time. It basically says to you, be in it for the long haul, because the results and the rewards are absolutely there. They're totally promised. They're just not going to come overnight. And so this week, it's like you're dedicating yourself to some long goal, some long mission that you know is going to take its time to really propagate, right? Now on this, he's actually a beekeeper and he's collecting the honey. You couple this kind of energy with the High Priestess, and this says to me that whatever you're working on, behind the scenes. It's like you're initiating something this week, but you're taking your time with it because you know that it's like you have to be in this for the long run. For your communications and conversations, you have the Mother of Cups or the Queen of Cups in this deck. This deck is just exquisite. Like I'm in love with it, and it's such a shame because there are some things about it that I would have preferred to be slightly better, but the imagery you cannot argue with. Just absolutely stunning. Now, for your communications and conversations, a Cancerian woman may very well feature for you. Why? High Priestess has that Cancerian lunar energy. The Mother of Cups is the Queen of Cups. So, you know, literally a water sign female. Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. So whoever this person is, this could be somebody that's working on your behalf behind the scenes. This could be a Cancer woman that steps forward to assist you or support you in some way, shape or form. Now, because it is the Queen of Cups, this is a week for you to really nourish and nurture the right connections, right? So this week you could find that, you know, maybe people show up for you, maybe women in general show up for you in some way, and this is a week for you to look after them, cultivate the right connections, look after and connect with the right people that you know are going to help you get ahead. This is a week to really nourish your relationships and your connections. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this week, maybe you get a mentor. Maybe somebody steps in to say, look, actually, you know what? I want to take this person under my wing. There is help. There is support. There is connectivity this week. There is, quite frankly, I think this could be a really great week for you. Now, that being said, remember, we do have the High Priestess here. So if you are employed by somebody else, this week you could become very aware of where others maybe think that you're getting some sort of preferential treatment. So just be aware that that's around. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I really love this because this is a beneficial influence or support network or support system or person in the ranks or in the wings even that really has your back. And it's like they're stepping forward this week and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, wow, this person, you know, really does have my back or really does support me. And I absolutely love this. I'm waiting. I'm like, yeah, cool. My Leo ascendant is like, woohoo! For your, those of you that are retired or no longer working, this is the week to nourish your spiritual self. And I would say that for all Leos, but especially for those of you that are retired or no longer working, nourishing your spiritual self, your psychic gifts, your intuitive awareness. This is a week to really do some work around that stuff. Strengthening those faculties this week is going to be vital, especially because of the way that they're likely to show up. For your love and relations, we have the Devil. All right. So for those of you that are single, this week, I will say, maybe someone that makes you feel really good on those physical levels, somebody that is dynamic and smart and entertaining. Maybe somebody that brings, and I kind of feel like this is going to be an either or. There's no in between, right? So for those of you that are single, you could meet someone this week that either brings out the best in you, like, and they push you to get the most out of yourself, which could be wonderful, but you'll feel that like, oh gosh, this person's really pushy. Or on the other end of this, they could bring out the worst in you and it's like you're in a space where you're like, I don't care, it just feels good. This is a week to be cautious if you're meeting somebody new. You need to, it's not about who they are, it's about what they highlight within you that may be the thing that you really need to pay attention to. You know, it's just like that, right? There's some people that bring out the worst in us and there's some people that bring out the best in us. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, I mean, I won't say that this is a bad week for relationships. I will say that this is a week where your obsessions may get the best of your partner and maybe they call you out on something. So just be careful this week. For your money and materials, we have the 6 of Cups. Beautiful. I love this, right? So an old chance or an old opportunity to make money may show up for you this week. It may come through a friend or a benefactor of some sort, possibly a Cancerian woman. This could also be a week where someone from your personal childhood or somebody from your yester or younger years shows up for you to remind you of the path that you're on, or something that you've always wanted to do, and that spurs you into action for the longer term, which is great. And then for your physical health and vitality, this is the reproductive system. And you couple that with the devil card in the love sector, this would be a week where on that front, I would just really be very conscious, right? So if you're having any sort of flings, make sure you look after yourself and handle your business, okay? And then when it comes to your physical, for your home and environment, the Six of Cups is beautiful. This is laughter and joy and happiness that is coming into the home through the loved ones, and possibly through your children if you have them, or through your family if you don't have any children. I really, really like this. I actually think it could be a really wonderful week for Leos. It's about time we had a break, right? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.